For the Southwide Baptist Fellowship, this is Gordon Dixon. Today we have something fascinating to share with you about the upcoming Southwide Baptist Fellowship, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, October 14, 15, and 16, at the Franklin Road Baptist Church in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. With us is the host pastor, Pastor Mike Norris. Brother Norris, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Brother Dixon. It's a joy to be with you, and thank you for this interview today.
Today, you're going to talk to us, and you're actually going to bring in a friend of ours to talk about the display tables and what will be available there through the various vendors at Southwide.
Yes, sir, and a friend indeed. Since 1994 at least, I have known the great Byron Foxx, and what a dear friend he's been over the years. And Brother Byron wears a lot of hats. He's an evangelist, a husband, father, and has served in church ministry, but the Lord has used him with Bible Truth Music. He's a writer, publisher, and all of that, a tremendous tool. And then also the God Bless America magazine. But we're talking to Byron today, really, Brother Byron, I want you to just say a word in just a moment, but talking to him today about the Southwide and his role in Southwide. Brother Byron, welcome. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Oh, Pastor Norris, I so relish our time together. And yes, I'm excited about Southwide. You know, I first attended Southwide when I was about 15 years old, was impacted by Southwide in a big way. And so all through the years, I've appreciated Southwide. I'm so glad it got revived about 14 or 15 years ago. And you've had a big part of this reviving of Southwide. And I'm so looking forward to being with you.
Well, we're glad to have you be a part of it. And for our listeners, I would want them all to know that you play a leading role in this. Brother Byron, we mentioned some of the things he's involved in, but what I have known about you, Brother Byron, is you're a servant. I know you wouldn't say that maybe about yourself, but you're just right in there. And so years ago, when this thing got revived, we had asked you, some of the guys in leadership had asked if you would oversee a couple areas, and one of those areas is our display tables. And at Franklin Road, we have a wonderful hall for that. And Brother Byron, would you just mention a little bit about the display tables, your role in that, and tell them a little bit about what you've experienced with that over the years?
Yes, you know, a lot of people would look at this as tedious work, and it certainly is detailed work, but it is my absolute joy to get to serve with Southwide and to serve all these ministry tables. Look, we've got some of the very best that our movement has that will be right there at Southwide. Bible colleges with their displays and information about their campus and their program and so forth, plus music publishers, plus authors, writers, resources of wide variety, all that is very sound biblically. And when you come to Southwide, it's not just the preaching and the fellowship. You get to find great resources that can help your church. And throughout the entire year, I constantly am hearing from preachers saying, you know, I got that at Southwide. I picked up that app. I picked up this book at Southwide. Yeah. Southwide was so helpful. So last year we had 106 display tables.
Wow, yes.
I don't know if we can do quite that many again. Every nook and cranny. I think we used the piano bench for one. I know, I'm joking.
Well, it was a grand hall. We actually tell a little bit about the proximity of the display hall and the auditorium.
Oh yeah, that is what is so fantastic. Is you have to go by the display tables to get into the meeting. You're going to go beside displays to go to eat, and you know this is Southwide Baptist Fellowship, so we are going to eat some. You know,
we're going to eat.
Yeah, and you got to go walk by the tables there, and the ministry folk are constantly at their tables so that you can interact with them, make new friends. And so, the proximity is perfect.
Yeah, great. Well, it's always a blessing, and the displayers add so much of an element to the entire conference. And you get fired up in the meetings, and you get to go by some helpful information that aids you in what you're trying to accomplish. And it was just a delightful atmosphere last year, didn't you think?
Oh, without a doubt. And yes, the ministry display army, I call that one of our divisions Oh my, they do bring a lot of horsepower to this meeting. These are folk that really love God, love helping the churches and the pastors and the evangelists and missionaries. I mean, they're looking for ways to be helpful. So yeah, that display army is a great army to have engaged.
I know that our ministry picked up on a couple of resources just from the meeting. Well, Brother Byron, tell us a little bit about how they can sign up and maybe the levels involved, and give us some information on that.
Yeah, our website is southwidebaptist.org. So it's southwidebaptist.org. Now, all of the premium tables, I hate to tell you, and I love to tell you that they're already all reserved. That means that anyone listening right now, you can still get a table, but it'll be a regular table. It's not quite as premium a spot, but they're all really good spots. And then also, you can still, at this moment, buy an ad in the booklet. There may not be many of those left. If you hear this, you need to go right to the website to see if you can still get your ad in. And then there's bag inserts. You know, we give away 600 bags, one per family, to all those who register. And so inside those Southwide bags, you can include your catalog, your brochure, your book, whatever you want to reserve in that manner. So go to and get your individual registration. Those pastors, they're coming. If you've not already registered, you need to do that now. That would really, really help us in our planning. So it's southwidebaptist.org.
Yeah, those information bags, I can remember over the years getting those things and just taking it back to my hotel room and lay it all out on the other bed and just going through some of the information. It just adds such an exciting part to what we're trying to do. It's going to be a great meeting, Brother Byron. I know our theme this year has come boldly to the throne of grace and in a time of need. And boy, we're in a time of need, and we see Southwide. Would you say we see Southwide as a really rallying point for such a time as this? Would you say?
I would 100% agree with that.
Amen.
And everything that our country, the Christians, everything that the Christians in our country hold dear is at stake right now.
It's on the line, yes.
It's on the line. And so I do believe that this year's Southwide Baptist Fellowship is critical. And it's astounding to me that God led you, Pastor, to this theme, to come boldly. You know, it's astounding that God would want us to come boldly. I know how wicked and frail and pitiful I am, and he's great. Everything about God is great. And yet he does invite his people to come boldly. Now, we don't need to say no to that invitation. We need to say yes to God's invitation.
Isn't that true? Well, I trust that many will do that. If you're listening today, we want you to write it down, mark your calendars. We're going to roll out the proverbial Southern red carpet for you. We've got a lot of plans made, times of prayer, times of fellowship and food. And it's really not a meeting that's a popularity thing as much as it is just a fellowship of men and women of like faith coming together. And Byron, I want to thank you for all your hard work in this. You really serve Southwide well, and I'm so grateful for that. Brother Gordon, maybe you want to finish this up, and thank you for helping us, Brother Dixon. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you both so much for this discussion today. I believe this will be like Aaron and Hur lifting up the arms of Moses, and that's exactly what we desire to do for the servants of God all throughout this nation who could join us for this very special fellowship. Pastor Mike Norris and Evangelist Byron Foxx, thank you so much for joining us today.
God bless. Thank you.
And for our listeners, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you at the Southwide Baptist Fellowship.